Hey team, how you guys doing? I'm missing you guys. I can't wait to see your faces. I hope that you have had a blast playing in the snow. I hope that you've built snowmen and had fun sledding. I also hope that you have had time to watch TV and some great movies. And those of you who love to play video games, I hope you had time for that as well. And I really hope that you've had carved out some time for your 30 minutes of reading and making sure that you remember to log that reading time. So if you haven't been reading, make sure that you get some reading in starting right now after you watch this video. Find a great book. You can go on ebooks through our county's website and you can get your hands on some great books, and there's still time to read. I also hope that you've spent some time working on your RQs for your ecosystems research project for ELA. I was hoping that I could give you some suggestions on ways to keep your skills sharp for math and science as well. So I've written down some great websites that I'd like for you to go to. The first one is studyjams.com. There are two particular videos I would like you to view. One is ecosystems, which is going to review some of our information that we've covered on land biomes, and will also help you with the research project that you're doing for ELA. Aquatic ecosystems will give you the opportunity to preview what we're going to learn when we return to school. I think you'll enjoy learning the information and all about the animals and plant life that live in freshwater and saltwater systems. Don't forget that when we covered our 6 land biomes before our huge snowstorm or snowfall, we completed the graphic organizers and we researched each of the 6 land biomes. I want you to recall what they are. I want you to recall what type of plant and animal life live there. Hopefully you have your binder with you and you could review each of the graphic organizers. If you don't, you should search YouTube and look up some information on the tundra and the taiga and the tropical rainforest, and recall the plant life, animal life, what's neat about that biome. Also, you can recall what type of adaptations the plants and animals need to live there. It's also really important that you study your ecosystems vocabulary wheels. Those words are going to provide a really great basis for the rest of our unit. So make sure that you're looking over that information as well. The second website I sent to your parents a couple of weeks ago, it's the Eureka Math website that has wonderful resources for you and your parents to check out. Common Core Sheets is an excellent website. On the left-hand side, they have all of the skills that they cover in alphabetical order. I'd like you to focus on 2 of them, fractions and division. The fractions website, the fractions worksheets that they give you will start off very simple. And that's what I like about this website, because you can start off with the very basics of fractions. And that reminds me of what we're doing with our fraction riddles each morning. You're starting with the very basic, and then you're building your way up, and it gets harder as it goes. And that will give you the opportunity to work on the skills that you need the most practice with. Division, same thing. If that's a skill that you struggle with, start with the very top and then you can work your way down. If you don't have a printer, that's perfectly okay. You can just pull up the worksheet and you can write down your answers on a piece of scrap paper. Don't forget to bring me any work that you've done over the snow break, and I can give you some positive slips for any math or science work that you've done. KhanAcademy.org is a great website, particularly the dividing decimals video I was hoping you would check out. That will give you the opportunity to recall what you've already learned about dividing decimals, and it will give you the opportunity to get a preview of what we're doing when we return to school. So I'm going to do a couple of math problems with you right now. If you'd like to do them with me, you're more than welcome to. If you want to watch the video and then afterwards check if you can do the problem on your own and then compare answers, that would be great as well. So my first problem is going to deal with multiplying decimals, and we're going to say that we went for a little stroll to check out the holiday lights, and we walked 1.7 miles in 1 hour. We were walking really slow, and I want to know how far we would get in an hour and a half. So if we walked 1.7 miles in 1 hour, and I want to know how far we'll get in 1.5 hours, which would be an hour and a half. I'm going to multiply those 2 numbers together. And if you recall from our previous lessons in multiplying multi-digit numbers, we're not going to just bring down that decimal. We only do that when we add and subtract, right? So we're just going to do our regular multiplication skill, and then we'll go back and put the decimals in when we're finished. So 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. I am going to hold that place by putting a 0 when I move to my next partial product line, because now I'm moving to a different place value position. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. I'm going to add those two numbers together. Okay, now, if I have 2 decimal places in my problem, then I need 2 decimal places in my answer. That would give us an answer of 2.55. So that means in an hour and a half, we would walk 2 55 miles. So if I moved too fast or that was a little bit difficult for you, I just want you to do a couple of things. First, watch the video again or watch that part again. The next thing that I want you to do is check out Common Core sheets and see if you can get back into that multiplying multi-digit numbers, if maybe that was a weak skill. So here, don't forget, main point when we're multiplying decimals, however many decimal places we have in our problem, that's how many we want in our answer. Okay, next problem is going to involve hiking. So again, we're not in a race, we're not moving super fast, we're going hiking, and let's see, we are hiking. Yes, I lost my page, I apologize. There we go. Okay, we hiked for, I'm sorry about that, we hiked for 6 hours on a river trail, and we, let me write that down, 6 hours, and we hiked 19 and a half miles. So over the course of 6 hours, this is how far we hiked, and I want to know how far on, how much on average did we hike over the course of each hour. So we are going to take that number 19.5 and we are going to divide it by the 6 hours that we went hiking. So here's the total of how far we went, and this is the total amount of time that we spent going that distance. Because there are no decimals in my divisor, I simply take that decimal and I move it on up. I know that I cannot divide 6 into 1, so I'm going to divide 6 into 19. I know that 6 times 3 is 18. I'm going to go ahead and subtract. I'm going to bring down 6 divides into 15. 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to subtract 15 minus 12, which is 3. So now becomes that skill that I taught you last week about adding the 0. So I'm going to add that 0 and I'm going to bring it down to see if I can divide my divisor into what I have left evenly. And 6 divides nicely into 30 5 times, and 6 times 5 is 30. So that means that in over the course of my 6 hours, I hiked 3.25 miles per hour. Okay? Once again, if I move too fast, watch it again, go to Common Core sheets so that you can get that practice in. All right. So I have one more for you, and in our last one, it's going to involve supermarket shopping. I enjoy to eat almonds. I enjoy eating almonds. So I'm going to buy some almonds at the store. And I know that the almonds cost $3.99. And I'm going to buy 84 hundredths of a pound. I take the almonds, I just put them in a bag, and that's how many I ended up with. It didn't have to be a particular amount. So that's how many I ended up with. And I want to know how much the almonds cost per pound. So I'm going to take $3.99 and I'm going to divide it by what I bought, which was my 84 hundredths of a pound. This is a new skill. I'm just giving you a preview for what we're going to move forward, what we're going to move into next. So basically I need to use my powers of 10 skills, and I have to move my decimal in my divisor in order to go ahead and divide. So I'm going to move that decimal 2 times so that my decimal ends up there and this ends up a whole number. Whatever I do to the divisor, I need to do to the dividend. I'm going to move that decimal 2 times there. And then of course, just like usual, I'm going to move it up right away so that I don't forget about it. Now I'm going to use my estimating skills. I'm going to go, okay, well, 84 is close to 100, 399 is close to 400. So I'm going to see, let's see, 100 goes into 400 4 times. So over here, I'm going to multiply 84 times 4 to see if I can get close to 399. 336 is pretty close. Let me back that up real quick. I knew that 84 doesn't divide into 3. I know that 84 does not divide into 39. That's why I jumped to 399. I didn't mean to jump so quickly. 84 times 4 is 336. Then I'm going to go ahead and subtract. Okay, now I have 63. I need to use that same skill that we used in the last problem where we add that 0. And I'm going to divide 84 into 630. Well, I'm going to try to see, let's see, I'm going to estimate 84 to 100, 630 to 600. So let's try 84 times 6. And I'm going to get 504. That's too small. So over here, I'm going to try 84 times 7. And I'm going to get 588, which I know is close to 630. So I'm going to put that 7 over here. 84 times 7 is 588. And then I'm going to subtract. Please don't forget the most important thing when you're dividing is that you line up all of your digits. That is the most important part, and it will allow you to make fewer mistakes. So let's see, we're going to regroup here. We're going to get 42, and I'm going to add one more 0 to see if I can divide 84 into the next number evenly. So let's see. 84 is close to 100, 420 is close to 400. Well, 84 times 4 is 336. That's too small. Let's try 84 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, 42, 420. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I line everything up correctly. 84 times 5 is 420. 420 minus 420 is 0. So that means that I'm going to pay $4.75 per pound of almonds. Remember what I told you. That is just a preview of what we're going to get ready to do. Don't get nervous if that was a little bit confusing to you with moving the decimal. We'll talk about it, and we'll pull in all of those previous learned skills of powers of 10 and things that you already know. So that's going to build confidence and everything. So I can't wait to see you guys. I miss your faces. I'm very much looking forward to hearing about your snow break, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into the swing of things and getting back into learning so many wonderful things about math and science as we move into almost the second half of the school year. Yes, it's going too fast. I'm going to show you your hermit crabs, and I did take your advice and take them home, thank goodness, because I never would have thought we would have been out quite so long. So there they are. Awesome Sauce looks like he might be sleeping. Snowflake's just hanging around. They're probably bored with just me and the girls and Jeffrey here. They are used to way more attention from you guys. So as soon as we get back to school, you'll get your hermit crabs back too. I can't wait to see you guys. Have fun, be safe. Talk to you later.